Welcome to This Explainer. I am so thrilled you're here today because we are diving right into a sensory, guided tour straight to the beating heart of the Walloon textile crafts revival. If you're passionate about knitting, crocheting, or if you just really appreciate the incredible journey a material takes from its natural source to becoming a finished masterpiece, well, you are in exactly the right place. Grab your favorite warm drink, settle in, and let's explore the absolutely beautiful world of artisanal yarn together. So, to kick things off, think back for a second to the last time you picked up a skein of mass-produced industrial yarn. You know that slight feeling of frustration? The fiber just feels kind of lifeless, the colors are completely flat and uniform, and its origins totally vague, untraceable really. It's just another product on a shelf. But what if the materials you used to create had a real story? What if they had a history and, an actual soul?
It's really like night and day when you compare the two. Choosing artisanal yarn is so much more than just a transaction. It is a full-on sensory experience. Instead of a flat, odorless string, you're getting the natural, earthy smell of the fiber. Instead of stiff uniformity, you get this unparalleled, enveloping softness from ethically raised sheep or alpaca. And the dyes. Instead of flat colors, you get what independent dyers call a true vibration of colors. By going artisanal, you're prioritizing ethics, transparency, and genuine human connection. You are literally giving your next sweater or shawl a soul.
Okay, so where do all these incredible fibers and passionate creators actually get together? Let me introduce you to the absolute beating heart of this thriving community, the Crazy Knit Crochet Festival, put together by the amazing team at Hobby Fair's ASBL.
Just look at how hungry people are for this return to authentic craftsmanship. Back in their first edition in 2024, they brought together 20 exhibitors and 800 passionate visitors. Fast forward to 2025, they moved the whole shebang to the historic Arsenal de Namur in Belgium. And the result? They expanded to 34 exhibitors and nearly doubled their audience, pulling in 1,500 visitors. This is not just some passing trend, it's a massive, renewed interest in textile arts that literally transforms the historic walls of the Arsenal into this vibrant, warm ecosystem for a whole weekend. Let's step right onto that festival floor, shall we? Our first stop takes us directly to the very source of these beautiful materials. We're going to meet Sophie, a breeder who represents the absolute pinnacle of short-circuit, ethically produced fiber. 40. That is a magic number here. It represents the intimate, carefully managed size of Sophie's herd at Les Alpagas de la Belle Promenade, which is located just a stone's throw from the Belgian border in northern France. We're not talking about some massive industrial operation here. It's a human-scale farm. Animal welfare is the absolute top priority, and every single animal in that herd of 40 is known by its name.
Sophie's journey is just fascinating. She did an agricultural training program and then made a complete career pivot in 2019 to start this farm. And the result? A truly exceptional made-in-Hauts-de-France product. She produces BB alpaca, which means baby alpaca fiber, famous for its extreme finesse and enveloping warmth. It's naturally hypoallergenic, making it a total lifesaver for sensitive skin or baby clothes. But the best part, for sure, is the 100% traceability. Literally, from the moment the alpaca is sheared to the moment that ball of yarn is in your hands, you know exactly where it came from.
I absolutely love how Sophie describes her work. She says it in French, but it translates beautifully to, every skein here has a face, or rather, a muzzle. Isn't that just the best way to put it? When you're knitting with Sophie's alpaca yarn, you aren't just holding a material. You are holding a direct connection to a specific, lovingly raised animal. That's the kind of authenticity that makes your precious projects truly stand out. All right, moving on from the farm, let's switch gears to a beautifully curated boutique vibe. We are heading over to meet Emile from Célestat in the Alsace region. Emily runs a boutique called Sophia Wellna, and the name itself is this gorgeous piece of linguistic and family history. See, Emily comes from a long, proud line of seamstresses and haberdashers. Welna is actually the Polish word for wool, and she chose it to honor her Polish great-grandmother, Sophia, who was a traditional linen spinner. So this isn't just a shop you're buying from. It's a multi-generational heritage of passion passed down from thread to needle. Emily is essentially a master curator for the demanding creator. For prestige yarns, she heavily champions European spinning mills. We're talking Fonte's famous BB Merino from France, Germany's Schoppel Volley, and that luxurious silky kid from Kremka. Then, for hand-dyed treasures, she brings in brilliant independent dyers ranging from Finland's Laurel Knits to France's Atelier Roselia. She even has her own exclusive self-striping colorway called Sophia Wellna, designed specifically for making vibrant socks. Plus, she rounds out the whole experience with top-tier tools like Cheogu and Knit Pro needles. She really ensures your creative process is flawless from start to finish. But hey, having the softest alpaca or the most vibrantly dyed silk mohair is incredible, but it doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't actually know what to do with it, right? That brings us to Marianne. Technique is absolutely crucial, and Marianne, who is based near Paris, is affectionately known in the community as the Crochet Fairy. She is a wildly acclaimed artisan who has spent over a decade sharing her craft. Her students just constantly praise her patience. She has this remarkable gift for making every single stitch accessible. It doesn't matter if you're a 7-year-old holding a hook for the very first time, or if you're a super advanced crafter attending one of the official masterclasses she runs for the prestigious French spinning mill, Laine's Plessard. And her playground of techniques is vast. She covers the intricate patterns of mosaic and Tunisian crochet, relaxing mandalas, adorable amigurumis, and those classic granny squares. She's also super committed to eco-responsible crafting, helping people make zero-waste accessories like bags and baskets. Just imagine for a second taking Sophie's incredibly soft alpaca or Emily's perfectly curated gradient yarns and combining them with Marianne's expert hands-on guidance at one of her famous crochet cafes right there at the festival. Total game changer.
This whole ecosystem we've been talking about, from the thoughtful breeder to the expert curator to the masterful teacher, it shows exactly why artisanal yarn is capturing so many hearts right now. So how do you get involved?
If you really want to elevate your own crafting projects and support these incredible ethical artisans, it's actually pretty simple. First, prioritize short supply chains by seeking out local breeders like Sophie. Second, put your trust in passionate boutiques like Emily's that do all the heavy lifting to curate sustainable, high-quality European fibers. And finally, immerse yourself. Join the community. Get out to these festivals to physically touch the materials, share a coffee, and just exchange ideas directly with the creators themselves.
And you know what? You're going to have the perfect opportunity to do exactly that because the adventure is rolling right along. The 3rd edition of the Crazy Knit Crochet Festival is already officially on the tracks. Mark your calendars for October 17th and 18th, 2026. They'll be returning to the stunning, historic Arsenal de Namur in Belgium. I highly encourage you to book your tickets, come meet these amazing artisans in person, and just get ready to leave with your head full of fresh ideas and your arms absolutely loaded with exquisite yarn. I want to leave you with this one final thought as we wrap up this explainer. Next time you sit down to cast on a sweater, a scarf, or a blanket, think about the journey of the materials in your hands. Is your next project going to have a soul, deeply connected to passionate breeders, dyers, and a rich heritage? Or is it just going to have a color? The choice is entirely up to you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and happy crafting!